This video, if you are under 30 years old, then this probably ain't the video for you. But maybe it is. I don't know. So, my question is, are you too young to be in a relationship? And this is how you're going to know. I'm going to hit 3 points on the head, and you're going to know. If you cannot do these things constantly, and if you cannot master these 3 things, then you're probably not ready for a relationship. Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. So people are going to be wondering, why is SouFlo in the car out the road? I just came from the gym, had a good workout, and as y'all know, I've been pretty busy. I'm always busy, right? I'm a father, I'm a businessman, I'm all kinds of stuff. So I try to juggle the thing and do. No juggling balls around here. But I try to juggle the thing and get everything in. So I just got out of the gym and I figured today, let me bring the camera out with me, because when I record outside of home, then I don't have to worry about my little ones, my daughter, my son. Like, you know, if I hear them in the background, I'm thinking what's going on with them. It kind of interrupts my flow process, my thought process, my flow process. I am SouFlo. You don't need a professional person who has a perfect spotless record to tell you about what to do to make a relationship last, or if you're ready for a relationship, or how to be in a relationship, that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for that, then this is the wrong place. All right. One of the biggest reasons why relationships fail is because people get into a relationship out of need. Like, you get into a relationship because you're lonely and you need somebody. You get into a relationship because you want to be touched. You need a touch from another human being. You get into a relationship and you need to be held. You need affection. So people get into these kinds of relationships, but they're not ready for an actual relationship that is going to last. And then what comes when you're not ready for a relationship that's going to last is usually heartbreak. Because you get in, you invest yourself, you know, you invest your time, your resources, your money, everything you got, you invest. Heart, soul, mind, and everything. And you're in love and all these things. And then it starts to fall apart because what? Because you weren't ready for one in the first place. You haven't mastered the 3 things that I'm going to talk to you about. The first one is sacrifice. Yes, sacrifice. A lot of people aren't ready to sacrifice anything. Everybody wants a relationship that is going to last. Most people who are single now and are choosing to be single, it's because they have tried relationships and none of them have lasted. And they're tired of getting hurt. And they're tired of investing themselves and it ending and leaving them back at square one again, or leaving them even worse than they were before. Because a lot of times you come out of a relationship, you come out traumatized. You come out frigged up in the mind. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got into a relationship with somebody that's like a psycho and you had to manipulate your way through, Jesus, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to get out of this relationship? Kind of thing. It does something to you, to your soul, to your mind, to your personality, you know, and you're going to have to go back to square one and refix yourself. So people stay away from relationships for those reasons. You're not ready. If you are not able to sacrifice. But here's the thing. Everybody wants somebody that is going to go the distance and sacrifice a lot for them. But are you ready to go the distance and make great sacrifices for somebody else? So you got to be able to look yourself in the mirror, right? And look at all the things you like and all the things you like to do and all this. And you got to be able to say to yourself, would I give this up for somebody that I'm in love with? Or would I do less of this to accommodate that person's interest more? That kind of stuff. If you're not willing to sacrifice, make sacrifices. And this is going to be constantly throughout your relationship. And I'm talking about a relationship that is going to last for years and years and years. Matter of fact, I'm talking about a life partner. Because ain't no sense in being in a relationship that lasts for years. There are people out here who are in relationships for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and then they break up. Half of that 20 years was 10 years of agony and pain. It was 10 years of trying to see if they could get the first 10 back. You know what I mean? And then they finally let go. You know when you're holding on to like barbed wire and you're like, your hands are bleeding now and you're like, oh, I'm still holding on. I know there's some good in there somewhere. I know it's going to work. I had to let go. I can't hold on anymore. This is damaging me. It has to go. That kind of stuff. So, sacrifice. If you are not a kind of person that is willing to sacrifice for the person you claim you are in love with, the person you are with in your relationship, then you're probably not ready for a relationship. The second one is compromise. Oh, that's the big one. The big one is compromise. Compromise. If you're not the kind of person that is ready to compromise, see, everybody is like this. Yeah, I need somebody that's going to compromise. But guess what? Most people don't want to compromise. They want you to compromise, but they don't want to compromise themselves. You must be the one to compromise. You must be the one. And what that ends up being is this. It ends up you being bullied. It ends up you feeling like, damn, why am I the one always having to compromise? And compromise could be very small or it could be very big. You know, let me show you a small example of a compromise in a relationship. Sometimes you have to let some stuff roll off your shoulders. Sometimes you can't hardline everything. Sometimes you have to say, you know what, for peace sake, I apologize. Not that you were wrong, and this is hard as hell for most humans to do, is to say you're wrong when you were not wrong, for peace sake. Because what's the use of going on and on and on and things get worse and worse and worse when you could end it because you realize you're with an egotistical maniac, or you realize that this person is not going to kill it. And you want to get back to the loving, you want to get back to being civil towards each other, right? And being kind, but you have to get past this hump. So you have to compromise, right? You know, people get into relationships and they're like, I have my boundaries and I set boundaries. And this is boundary here and boundary there. And you must do this and do that and do this and do that. That's not nobody you should be in a relationship with. Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing. Let me tell you something, right? In a relationship, you're constantly going to be stepping over each other's boundaries. Whether it's written or spoken or unspoken and unwritten, you're constantly going to be stepping over each other's boundaries. So you have to always operate in a mind frame of love, forgiveness, and respect. Right? Love, forgiveness, and respect. So compromise is you compromising sometimes even where your boundaries lie. I mean, you're talking about a long relationship. You're talking about a lifetime of a relationship, right? Here's another thing that people do all the time that ends badly. You get into a relationship with somebody. Big example, for instance, you get into a relationship with somebody in 2022. You are expecting now, because you know how relationships are when they're new, they're lovely, and everything is exciting, and the sex is good, and I want more of this person, and the passion is there. All that fades away over time, right? I mean, you have to start working harder as time goes by to ignite that fire, to keep the fire burning, all that other stuff. So here you are in this relationship in 2022, right? Example. People are expecting the person they get with in 2022 to be the same person in 2029. Think about that. That person is not even going to be the same person in 2023. Nobody remains the same. People grow. People gather knowledge as they live. People grow. People learn different things. And it affects how they act. It affects how they think. How they think affects how they act, how they behave. It's going to affect how they even act towards you, right? So over time, let's put it this way again. Nobody who is 40 years old today is the same as they were at 30 years old. No one who is 30 years old today is the same as they were at 20 years old. So again, in order for you to have longevity in your relationship, compromise is going to be very necessary in order for you to continue to grow and be together. And also remember this. Here's the kicker. People don't grow at the same time. All of us don't get knowledge at the same time. All of us do not hit self-realization at the same time. So you're going to have to leave room for your partner to make mistakes. Room for your partner to grow. Room for your partner to catch up. Or maybe it's room for you to catch up to your partner because your partner is outgrowing you. You know what I'm saying? So compromise. If you are not a kind of person that is willing to compromise, then you are probably not ready for a relationship. And the final one.
It's Eat Good TV, y'all. If you like Jamaican food, but you're struggling to cook it the right way, then here's a channel that gives it to you step by step. You are guaranteed to be able to cook Jamaican food like a real Jamaican from this channel called Eat Good TV. Go over to Eat Good TV, hit that subscribe button, and try cooking one of those meals. She is real calm about how she does her stuff, and she makes sure that you get all the ingredients right. Eat Good TV. Hit that subscribe button over there and tell them SouFLoTV sent you. I've cooked a couple of meals off of Eat Good TV. Not because I can't cook Jamaican food because I am a Jamaican myself, but because sometimes I like to see something that I like cooked a different way. So nobody tell the ladies that she can't cook because that is not how you cook it. We all cook it different way. Just go to Eat Good TV, hit that subscribe button, and tell her I sent you.
We're keeping it short. The final one is reciprocation. How many times have you been in a relationship, or have you ever been in a relationship where reciprocation was just not there? You know, you do all this nice stuff for this person and they act as if that's what you're supposed to do. But the thing is, they never do the same thing for you. Let me give you a good example. I was in a relationship once, right, where I used to bring flowers all the time. I used to make sure she had breakfast in bed all the time and all that. Not once did I ever get breakfast in bed myself, no matter how late I slept in. As a matter of fact, if I didn't bring her breakfast in bed, she would sleep, and she would sleep late, and she would just stay in the bed. She wouldn't get up and make me breakfast. I would have to make breakfast, and I would just not bring it to the room anymore and serve her breakfast in bed anymore, because it happened for so long that I started saying to myself, damn, well, I want breakfast in bed sometimes too. You know, it's called reciprocation. A lot of people miss that big part right there. Whenever you're in a relationship, your partner needs the same things that you need. If you're off in the corner feeling lonely, your partner is probably feeling lonely as well. If you're feeling rejected, your partner is probably feeling rejected as well. If you are feeling any type of way, your partner is probably feeling the same feeling. Why? Because you guys share kindred spirits. Remember, sex is not just sex. There's a spiritual level to sex, especially if you're exchanging fluids. As a man, you're discharging inside of her, right? You guys are exchanging and you're becoming one. So you can, the energy is transferable easily. So you got to remember all these things, right? So the three things that you need to have a handle on and work hard to master in order to have a long-lasting relationship is sacrifice, compromise, and reciprocation. That's it. Easier said than done. Good luck. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. And also remember this. Some people get into relationships that are too young for a relationship. And I'm not talking about chronological age young. I'm talking about mentally young. Too young to be in a relationship. And it's going to end badly. Catch you on the next video. Hope I can help you. Hope I help myself. I'm out. Peace. All right, listen, so you started a business, right? Whether it's a brick and mortar business or a business online. How is your business doing? Is it doing well? do you need promotions? You cannot afford to start a business and not do promotions. Promotions is what it's all about. Some people have a big budget. That way they can spend a whole lot of money on these huge platforms. MSNBC, NBC, CNN, all those. Your budget might not be that. Those are $1 million budgets. At the same time, you can still reach a demographic of people that might be interested in your business. And how do you do that? You do that by piggybacking on one of these channels that the core audience of that channel is also the type of people you are trying to reach with your business. It works, okay? Hook up, give me a call, or shoot me an email and let's get your promo going right now. I don't care what business it is, I can send people to you. Now, before we go, let me say this. I am not guaranteeing you a certain amount of subscribers. You are the one that will have to, or I'm not guaranteeing you a certain amount of people that will come. You are the one that has to continue to push your business. Okay, with you promoting your business yourself and me promoting your business for you, there's no way you can't win. So give me a call right now or shoot me an email and let's work this out. I'll let this one pass you. Call right now. Email right now. Let's get this moving. Promotions, promotions, promotions. That's what it's all about.